Hey guys, Ali Duzette here, and we are preparing for the eclipse portal that is coming up on October 14th. This eclipse portal is all about making sure that we are finding the balance between taking care of other people and taking care of ourselves. And right now we're working on minding our own business. And so we've done a lot of work about that in the past couple of days. And today we're doing a little bit more. So today, the thought that I had was that when it comes to minding our own business and discerning what is in our stewardship and what is not in our stewardship, I mean, it can be a tricky thing, but the thought that I had for today was that as we're considering this and partnering with our Creator to figure out more clarity about our own place with this, the question that we need to ask ourselves today is, what do we need to consciously let go of? Okay, what in our conscious minds do we need to choose to think in a new way? Does this make any sense? What I mean is, I think it's really easy to get wrapped up in thoughts about other people and other people's lives, particularly when we're not focused enough on our own lives, right? It's the mote and beam situation where it's really easy to see what that person's doing wrong, but I don't want to deal with what I'm doing wrong, right? This is very easy, and it's normal. I mean, like, there's a reason why Jesus thought it was worth bringing up in the New Testament, because this is the default setting for humans. Humans can see other people really easy, and when it comes to yourself, sometimes it's hard to look in the mirror, right? And so today, I wanted to invite us all to think about, what are the thoughts that we need to consciously let go of? In my work, I do a lot of work with emotional healing, and I've told my story here before, at least part of it. It's in a YouTube live that I did here, called How Church Leaders Have Responded to My Work. So I recommend that. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. But basically, years ago, I kind of like woke up one day and was kind of able to literally see people's emotions. And what I realized was that I could see what people were feeling, and I could change what people were feeling by removing the matter of those emotions. And I should probably do like a whole video just on that at some point, and I probably will. But that's like the premise of all my work at aliduzetclasses.com, is where I use this talent, this skill that I have developed, that I believe every human is capable of developing, to create these sessions that are kind of like podcasts where you listen to them and we clear out that emotional matter from your space. Because of the nature of this work, I think a lot of people, including myself sometimes, like, we can see how easy it can be to just delete emotions. Like, you're sick of feeling that frustration or that anger, like, delete. And like, there are sessions that can just delete that for you, basically. But at the same time, our agency is so key. We can change our thoughts on purpose by changing how we think. Like, we can decide that we're going to think in a new way. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. When we have those thoughts that are trespassers, we have that trespassing thought about somebody else and it's not our business, I wanted to invite us today to consciously choose to think a new thought. Okay, so the story coming into my mind is that years ago, oh my gosh, maybe 12 or more years ago or so, I got into this big fight with one of my friends, the one on the eclipse that I mentioned in an earlier video in the same little cycle of videos. Man, I got in this fight with her. I felt that she deeply wronged me. I think, and she felt that I deeply wronged her, of course, but like, I think hearing the whole story, everyone would say that we were both right. Like, we were both deeply wronged by each other. But what I found was that my brain would just continuously think these critical thoughts of her. And I would just be like, I can't believe that she did this. I can't believe that she said that. And I would fixate on that. And guess what? It wasn't my business. Like, it's not my business what she says. It's not my business what she does. Even when she was saying bad stuff about me, even when she was doing stuff that affected me, like, to some extent, what people do that affects us is our business. And to some extent, is not. And like it differs situation to situation, which is why I always say we have to tune in with our creator to get a objective divine perspective on our personal situations. But what I was fixated on was not my business, and it took me a well over a year to like get over it and to heal from this and to stop thinking about it all the time. So I just really know that it is possible to have these really really big thoughts that keep coming back. I'm sorry, I think my kid is like very loud right now. Anyway, what I realized was that I needed to consciously change my thoughts. This was kind of before I had a lot of the skills that I have now. Um, and I realized that I just had to choose new ways to think. And it really can be that simple. We realize, like, hey, this is a toxic thought pattern. Okay, I'm going to replace it. It's literally as simple as saying, okay, delete. That's what I always say in my own mind. If I think a thought that I wish I hadn't thought, I'm like, delete. Okay, redo, new thought, and I will think a new thought. And I do this as part of my regular life. I delete my thoughts. Another person that I read somewhere, she says cancel. She's like, cancel, cancel, cancel that. You know, how are you going to delete your thoughts? What are the thoughts that you're going to delete? That's what I wanted to invite you to be thinking about today as you are focusing on yourself and minding your business and stepping more fully into your business. When you're thinking these thoughts about other people's business that you shouldn't be thinking, when you realize that you're thinking them, my challenge to you is to think delete and to think a new thought, to do it on purpose, to choose a new way of thinking. Okay, it can be that simple. Now, as we're focusing on ourselves and focusing on our own internal world as we lead up to this eclipse, I did want to invite you guys to a session I'm recording tomorrow, which is the motivation session, and I will put a link to that below. We're going to record it live tomorrow. Live recorded sessions are really fun, and I'm really excited about this one. It deals with a bunch of stuff that I didn't expect when I tuned in and started making the motivation session. We're going to be dealing with some burnout, emotional burnout, and even physical burnout and physical fatigue, and as well as some other issues related to motivation. Wow, that was really specific, but we're going to be going through a bunch of different aspects of motivation, and I think it's really relevant for now because kind of what we're dealing with this nodal axis and minding our own business comes down to an issue of motivation and how strongly are we motivated to focus on putting on our own oxygen masks versus fixating on the other people's statuses around us. So anyway, I wanted to bring that to your attention. Thank you guys for being here. I'm so excited to hear all of your stories about deleting your toxic thoughts. I want to hear about it. You're welcome to comment in the comments, but really all the fun is happening on Facebook at Intuitive Healing with Ellie Doucette. So come hang out with us on Facebook. I want to hear, how are you canceling your toxic thoughts? What are you replacing them with? I'm so excited for you to feel the power in replacing your negative thoughts with positive thoughts. And I just can't wait to hear about it. So thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.